Hello Wanderluster of the world, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to the south of the United States. Today we are going to visit Florida, USA, specifically Kissimmee and Orlando. This trip, I think, I don't know for everybody, but I know for majority of the people that is here in the United States or nearby, traveling to Disney is one of the must do, is in the bucket list of most people. So this trip have been in the talks, I think, for more than 10 to 15 years. My parents always wanted to bring us to Disney, and ironically, I was the one who made the trip happen. I was waiting for that trip forever, and it never came through. So making this trip happen for my mother specifically, it was such an important thing to do to make it happen that she get to enjoy it. Florida, Disney, only by mentioning Disney, you know is going to be expensive. We decided for this trip to make it as economic as possible, as budget friendly as possible. First and most was once again the bundling the airplane ticket with the hotel reservation. We get to save quite a bucks there, and especially when you share the room with more people than just two. In our case, we share our room with two more people, my mother-in-law and my father-in-law. So I share my room with my in-laws and my husband. My mother and my father wanted a room for their own, so their airplane ticket and hotel reservation bundle were way more expensive, like way more expensive. If we stay in a hotel, we look for the good amenities, taking in consideration that we were in a warm weather town or city. We knew we were going at some point get in on a pool or in the beach, and we ended using the facilities. They have a pool, a very nice one, and they have heater, so we could use it even when it was coldish. So that was one of the main key to save money. The other key is that to save money for this trip was picking rightly, picking specifically what we actually wanted to see or what we actually wanted to bring to these other people that were traveling with us. In the case of Disney have like 5 parks in Orlando, and we just picked 2 parks, if I'm correct. We picked 2 parks of those. We picked the most, the ones that actually bring the Disney magic in a trip. So we picked 2 parks from the 5, and actually we visited the both park of Universal, because Universal is usually 2 different parks. There's a park that's completely about rides and stuff like that, and there's the other park that's more about the studio experience. And yeah, it's a must like visit both parks to be able to enjoy completely Universal. Besides that, what we choose to do were more local activities. We get to go to food trucks. We get to go. Obviously, we always go to a zoo. Mostly, if there's a zoo, we always going to stop by and visit the zoo. So we choose a zoo. We get to go to a local activity that they have every weekend. That there's food trucks parking in an area, and there's across the street. There is it's not a park, but it's kind of a fun park. Call it Old Town, and we go in the weekend. And during the weekends, they bring those antique cars. So being able to check those local activities actually saved us a lot. The entry was free, so the only thing that we needed to pay was the ticket for the roller coaster that the guys got in. But out of that, everything was free. Obviously the food that we have to pay for it, but the entry for both were free. And actually, where the food trucks were parked were the flea market as well. So it was very interesting that we were able to get do local stuff that save us money, that were free entry, but you get to enjoy a lot of time down there in Florida. we traveled before the pandemic lockdown. Like, we traveled a week before most of the United States cities started doing lockdowns, including Florida and the parks. By then, we were like not super sure how to make sure that our trip was safe. So I'm not going to say that we wear face masks every time. We did wear face masks, and I'm going to say it. We did wear face masks during the airplane for a little bit. But what we actually did by that time was sanitize the seats, the table, our hands, everything. Sanitize everything that we were going to touch in each airplane that we took. And keep a little bit, already knowing that, to keep that distance from other people. Be aware, somebody sneezing, somebody was coughing or anything like that, we were like, But yeah, we traveled a week before the lockdown here in the United States started happening, so that was quite right on time. So besides the bundle of the airplane ticket with the hotel reservation, choosing wisely the parks in Disney that you want to visit. Not all of them are a must do, and choosing wisely how far you want to travel makes the experience the most budget friendly. And if you're traveling, normally this is a trip that you do with a bunch of people. In our case, original, it was going to be 10 people, but we get to travel just like 7 people. 7 people. So the more people that travel, the more you're able to save, because you're going to split those costs between more people. So I think like I get to pay for per person, including the rental of the car, the gasoline, food, souvenirs, tickets, entrance for the parks, as well for the airplane and the hotel. We were under the 700, almost 800 there. But it's including all the tickets for all the parks, the 2 parks of Universal, the 2 parks of Disney, the zoo, airplane, hotel. We get to visit another place that we have to pay the entrance, and pretty much including food, and souvenirs that you are going to buy, money that you spend. We were all in budget in the 700, 800. So for me, that's quite a lot of the savings, because normally people go with the, we're going to stay inside Disney, and just by then they're just with airplane tickets and the hotel reservation, they are already in the 1,000 per person. And so yeah, the most you can do is try to go with the most people that you can travel. That way you can split the most of the cost, and you're actually going to enjoy it even more, because it's like for hang out with a bunch of people. It's not for traveling solo or just 2 to 3 people. So those are my tips. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you like it, please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, share the channel with your friends and family. You don't know, somebody wants to travel, somebody needs idea to where to go, somebody needs idea how to make the trip happen in a budget friendly way. Let them know about the channel. Let them know that they can leave a comment regarding any trip or any other topic that they need, have a question to do. So let them know. Leave a comment below if you like the format, if you have any topic that you would like to talk about. We are actually getting to the end of this series of back to my trips. I think after this one is just New Orleans, and pretty much I will start bringing different topics to the channel, travel related of course, but I would like to know what you think about it.